study on the safety rules of scuba diving. Introduction. Entering the Industrial Revolution in the 19th century, air compressors were invented and continuous air supply was possible, and were widely used for underwater basic work of various marine structures, underwater work using submerged vessels, and exploration and salvage of treasure ships. At this time, various research and experiments will begin to reduce the number of decompression sickness patients who work under high pressure. In modern times, systematic diving procedures and decompression procedures were created under the leadership of the US and British navies, establishing efficient diving through long stay time and safe decompression for industrial divers. Based on such research and experiments for military purpose, energy-related industry such as oil drilling and gas mining have grown rapidly, and related industrial diving has grown rapidly. This leads to creation of specialized educational institutions for systematic industrial diving and the establishment of standards for industrial diving. In modern times, in this study, purpose of research. In this study, through a survey on the diving environment and health status of industrial divers. 한번 넘겨주세요. We would like to present basic data for the establishment of working environment and the prevention of occupational disease so that industrial divers can work safely. Comparison of diving methods. 1. Limitation of general air diving include restriction of stay time in water, psychological problem of industrial divers, reduction of judgment ability due to nitrogen anesthesia, and restriction of safety of underwater industrial divers. 2. The advantages of mixed gas diving are that it is possible to extend the stay time in the water, and expertise and experience of the operators are absolute the equipment and operational capabilities of the anti-severity mixed gas diving system are superior, and the decompression procedure is standardized. Although few accidents related to industrial diving in Korea have been recorded, we will analyze them based on data that were treated on our own at the recent Korea Diving Emergency Recovery Network. And in this paper, we analyzed overseas data based on statistics from the British Sub-Aqua Club. Analysis of diving related accidents. Diving related accidents in Korea. In Korea, most of the cases are scuba divers, tenure or industrial divers who rely on FoCos work, which is more limited than the scope of industrial diving defined overseas. Recently, Gangwon province provided a budget of 10 million won to treat existing fishermen. This is good news for the 700 strong population of diving fishermen in the field. The population of diving fishers in Gangwon province is estimated and 697. Accidents related to diving abroad. In the case of health and safety executive, industrial diving is recognized as a very dangerous occupation and disclassified as high hazard. In this classification, statistics show the compared to other industries. There are reports of 20 to 40 accidents per 100,000. Working population in the offshore, inland, inshore, which is relatively high. Although it is not reliable as accurate data due to the reluctance of the overseas industrial diving industry to report the number of accidents of the industrial itself. The analysis was based on the reported data in this paper. Before analyzing industrial diving accidents, let's take a look at the case of scuba diving in Korean scuba diving. In the order of highest instance, 100 cases were associated with decompression thickness. In the previous years, occurrence was similar. The next order is related to the surge and can be seen increasing year by year to 99 times. This can be seen as a result of immaturity and overconfidence in the from of both beginners and skilled people. Industrial submersible. In industrial diving, most accidents are caused mostly by lack of understanding of the internal factors, job hazard in identification and analysis, lack of safety awareness of risk factors, and these accidents seem to be sufficiently overcome by the establishment of safe systems. The development of diving technology and the inventory of safety awareness. The following is a list of what the hazardous elements are and a brief description of the possible causes at industrial diving sites. We will also look at actual domestic and overseas case and analyze the type and causes of their occurrence. Danger awareness and physical symptoms of diving environments. Diving work survey and analysis. In this study, a survey was conducted on the awareness of risk of diving work environment and the symptoms of the body during or at diving work. As shown in table 4, a total of 62 copies of the questionnaire were collected by distributing it to divers working on the site. The number of areas where the survey was distributed varies relatively, but there are few questionnaires retrieved because there were not many diving workers at each site. Although the total number of questionnaires feels insufficient to represent the specific situation of the overall industrial diver. It is expected that it will serve as a basic research material to understand the overall stature of industrial divers by age and to understand their consciousness structure. Conclusion. In order to reduce accident that can occur during industrial diving operations, active and specific countermeasures against the risk factor are needed. In this study, a survey was conducted on the diving, environment and health condition of industrial divers, and the results were summarized as follows. 1. More than half of divers currently engaged in diving operations were found to be aware of the risk of developing diving disease or diving is caused by diving operations. 2. Most divers were found to be more at risk than construction and manufacturing processes, and 50% were willing to change jobs if their same wage were paid, and 58% were willing to reduce the number of time of diving or to minimize diving depths to prevent disease caused by diving. Such a decompression sickness even if wage or reduced. This is believed to reflect the high risk of diving operations. Three. A survey of diving workers on whether they are receiving regular or special safety and health education as stipulated in the Industrial Safety and Health Act show that only 18% receive regular training. This suggests that most industrial divers have not received systematic training on safety and that specialized training for diving workers will be needed. 4. A survey on whether the regulation on the rise speed and decompression time of diving operations are strictly observed show that only 39% of all cases are properly followed and that the majority of workers are not realistic due to the working environments, even though they are aware that they must comply with regulations. 5. In this case of diving equipment used by diving workers, 63% of the workers said they used equipment with sufficient performance, but only 27% said that received regular inspection of prescribed by the Occupational Safety and Health Act, indicating that regular inspection prescribed at diving site were not carried out properly. 6. Non-parametric statistical analysis using Spearman correlation coefficient show that peripheral and spinal nerve symptoms are observed to increase as age and experience increases. resulting in statistically significant correlations for medium spinal cord symptoms and audible symptoms as age increases. Thank you.